Good morning. Welcome to e-learning. I am P. Saktivel, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE, Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. Today's topic, single phase full converter. The single phase full converter is also known as fully controlled converter. This full converter uses thyristors only. It is a two-quadrant converter. See here, it is a two-quadrant converter. It can operate in first quadrant where both voltage and current are positive. It can also operate in fourth quadrant where the polarity of the voltage is reversed. In this case of this full converter, for one input cycle of supply voltage, the output has two load current pulses. So this full converter is named as two pulse converter because of the two load current pulses. Types of single phase full converter: midpoint converter, simply known as M2 connection. Second one, bridge converter, known as B2 connection. It is the circuit diagram for bridge converter. It is another circuit diagram for bridge converter. So here, this is the source or supply voltage, and there are four thyristors, namely T1, T3, T2, T4 are connected to the load. We consider the load as RLE. It uses four thyristors, namely T1, T2, T3, T4, and the load is RLE. R means resistance, L means inductance, where E is the battery in the load circuit or back EMF of the DC motor. Thyristor pairs T1, T2 are positive group of thyristors and are simultaneously triggered. This positive group of thyristors conduct during the positive half cycle of the supply voltage. Thyristor pairs T3, T4 are negative group of thyristors represented by NGT and are gated after pi radians of the positive group of thyristors. This negative group of thyristors conduct during the negative half cycle of the supply voltage. The source current is positive during the conduction of the positive group of thyristors T1 and T2. Similarly, the source current Is is negative during the conduction of negative group of thyristors T3 and T4. Modes of operations. Full converters can be operated in two modes. One is rectification mode and another one is inversion mode. In rectification mode, this full converter works in rectification mode when the firing angle alpha is less than pi by 2. If alpha is less than pi by 2, the converter works in the rectification mode. But if alpha is greater than pi by 2, then the converter works in inversion mode. And during this period of inversion mode, this E gets reversed. See here, in the first quadrant, this converter operates as a controlled rectifier, that is rectification mode. And in the fourth quadrant, where the polarity of the voltage is reversed, that is alpha from 90 to 180, that is where alpha is greater than 90, it acts as a light commutated inverter. First, we consider rectification mode of operation. In the rectification mode of operation, we assume the load current or output current is continuous. The load current is continuous if the load is highly inductive. During continuous load current operation, the load is always connected to the AC source through the thyristors. This is the output voltage waveform. Here, Vs is the input voltage. This is one complete cycle of input voltage where the instantaneous value V is given by Vm sin omega t, and this Ig is the gate pulse or gate current. Ig1, Ig2 are the gate pulse for thyristor 1 and 2. Ig3, Ig4 are the gate pulse for the thyristors T3 and T4. Once again, Ig1 and Ig2. So here the delay angle or firing angle is alpha. After the firing angle alpha or delay angle alpha, we are applying the gate pulse to the first thyristor and second thyristor. Before the conduction of the first thyristor and second thyristor, the conducting thyristors are 3 and 4. Due to this negative group of thyristors, see here the voltage is negative. This is the reference line omega t. Below the reference line, the voltage is negative. So at this instant of omega t equal to alpha, the first two thyristors Ig1 and Ig2 are fired with the help of the gate pulse. So now the input voltage is connected to the output. See here, up to this pi, see here, this follows the input voltage. So here it reaches the pi, here it reaches the zero output voltage at pi. But here after this angle of pi, the input supply voltage will get reverses. Due to this reverse application, the conducting thyristors T1 and T2, see here T1 and T2 is started at alpha. This T1 and T2 should be commutated at an angle of pi. See here, the angle is pi. But it continues to conduct up to the firing of next thyristor at the angle of pi plus alpha. This angle is pi plus alpha. What is the reason for this conduction of first two thyristors T1 and T2 in the negative direction? Means the energy stored in the inductor. Because of the energy stored in the inductor, the conducting thyristors during the positive half cycle T1 and T2 continues to conduct in the reverse direction. So after the energy lost in the inductor, the thyristors T3 and T4 are fired at an angle of pi plus alpha, and it continues its conduction up to 2 pi plus alpha. See here. So from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha, the output voltage is negative. Similarly, here pi to pi plus alpha, the output voltage is negative. During this pi to pi plus alpha, the conducting thyristors are T1 and T2. Similarly, from this 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha, the conducting thyristors are T3 and T4. Just if we extend this output voltage in this negative portion, so here the conducting thyristor will be T3 and T4. This third waveform shows your output current I0. So during this period of negative conduction, the output current gradually decreases. During this period, the output current increases. And this is the source current. So already I explained that during the positive group of thyristors, the source current is positive. During the conduction of negative group of thyristors, the source current is negative. So from this alpha to pi plus alpha, the conducting thyristors are T1 and T2. T1, T2 belongs to positive group of thyristor, PGT. So the source current is positive, that is above the zero reference line. And from this pi plus alpha to 2 pi plus alpha, the conducting thyristors are T3, T4. So this T3 and T4 belongs to negative group of thyristors. So during the conduction of this negative group of thyristors, the source current is negative, that is represented here. The operation is explained as during positive half cycle 0 to pi. Already how the thyristor functions during the positive half cycle from 0 to pi is explained. Now the current flow during the positive half cycle. The current flow during the positive half cycle is from the source Is. See here, this is the direction of power flow, because the conducting thyristors are T1 and T2, which is shown in green. the current goes through T1, it flows through the load, that is from up to down, then it goes through the conducting thyristor T2, then to the source. So here the direction of the current is from up to down. Here I explain how the thyristors are conducts during the negative half cycle, that is from pi to 2 pi. Already these concepts are explained. This diagram shows how the current flows during the negative half cycle. So during the negative half cycle also the current flows from up to down. So it means an unidirectional current in the output or load. During both half cycles, current flows from up to down, that is unidirectional current flows in load. Next, power flow in rectification mode. During alpha to pi, both Vs and Is are positive. Therefore, power flows from AC source to load. But during pi to pi plus alpha, Vs is negative and Is is positive. Therefore, some of the energy is returned from load to the supply. But however, the net power flows from AC source to load because the duration pi minus alpha is greater than alpha. See here, pi minus alpha, this duration pi minus alpha is greater than alpha. So the power flows from AC source to load. Next, average value and RMS value. The average value V0 is given by 1 by pi alpha to pi plus alpha, integration alpha to pi plus alpha Vm sin omega t into d omega t. So here we are taken the limits from alpha to pi plus alpha. So here it is a 2 pulse converter for the duration of 2 pi. So if you put 2 pi here and if you put 2 pulses here, then 2 will get cancelled. So you will get 1 by pi. And during this first pulse, the conduction is alpha to pi plus alpha. This is the limit taken. If you integrate and finally you will get 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. Similarly, the RMS value V0 R square is given by 1 by pi integration alpha to pi plus alpha Vm square sin square omega t into d omega t. So after integration and substituting the limits, we get V0 R equal to Vs as the RMS output voltage. During the inversion mode, that is when alpha greater than pi by 2, V0 is negative. How the V0 is negative means V0 is given by 2 Vm by pi cos alpha, because from pi by 2 pi cosine is negative. If this alpha is greater than pi by 2, this cosine term becomes negative. So the average output voltage will become negative. So the load circuit EMF is reversed. Then the source E will feed power back to the AC supply. This operation of the full converter with firing angle alpha greater than pi by 2 is called inverter mode operation of converter or line commutated converter. Power flows in inversion mode. During 0 to alpha, AC source voltage Vs is positive but AC source current Is is negative. Therefore, power flows from DC source to AC source. But from alpha to pi, both Vs and Is are positive. Therefore, power flows from AC source to DC source. But the net power flow is from DC source to AC source because this duration pi minus alpha is less than alpha. This diagram shows the converter output voltage as the function of the firing angle alpha. It compares the full converter. This line, dotted line, shows the average output voltage for the full converter. So during firing angle 0, it gives 2 Vm by pi because cos alpha, cos 0 is 1. And during 90 degree, the average output voltage is 0. During 180 degree, it becomes minus 2 Vm by pi. Thank you.